Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to another weekend preview, reviewing a big weekend of Premier League and Championship action. We're starting to get promotions and relegations now, and starting off in the Premier League Friday night, a fairly meaningless game, Everton 2, Tottenham 2, but it was entertaining. Kane brace with goals for Tottenham, of course, and a Sigurdsson brace for Everton. This was a really entertaining game, but to be honest, a draw at this stage of the season doesn't help either side, and it doesn't help their European chances. But anyway, next up it finished Newcastle 3, West Ham 2 at St James's Park, in a mad game at St James's Park. Diop gave Newcastle the lead with an own goal before Joe Linton scored. Dawson also got a red card. West Ham somehow managed to get it back to 2-2 through Diop and Lingard, but Willock got the equaliser 2 minutes later to all but seal Newcastle's final hopes. Big dent for West Ham. Wolves 1, Sheffield United 0 was the score at Molineux. A goal from William Jose in the 59th minute was enough to seal the win, and yeah, what a great result this was for Wolves. Not the greatest performance, but a win is a win at the end of the day. And they're into 12th now, Sheffield United in 20th, and of course they've been relegated now, no real surprise, and to be honest, I really don't think they'll do well in the Championship next season. They're just a state at the moment. Moving on to Sunday's games, and it finished Arsenal 1, Fulham 1. This is the same Arsenal who want to compete in the top leagues in Europe, jokers. But anyway, Danny Ceballos had a goal disallowed in the first half before Josh Maja gave Fulham the lead from the spot. Nketiah got the equaliser in the 97th minute. But yeah, not a great result for Arsenal. It doesn't help their European hopes. Fulham will be absolutely gutted. And yeah, this result probably all but relegates them now. It's a very, very long way back. Anyway, in the other game, Manchester United 3, Burnley 1. Greenwood with a goal in the 48th minute. Before Tarkowski equalised 2 minutes later. Greenwood again in the 84th minute and Cavani in the 93rd minute, sealing the win for United. Solid win, and they did leave it late, not their best performance, but you know, they're in second. Burnley, they're not safe yet, but to be honest, it would take some turnaround from Fulham. 6 points and Burnley have a game in hand, so I would say it's very, very unlikely. Finished Leeds 1, Liverpool 1 in the Premier League on Monday night, and to be honest, Leeds were unlucky not to win here. Liverpool did take the lead in the first half through Sadio Mane before a great goal from Llorente in the 87th minute equalised, but yeah, Leeds did have some really good chances and probably should have won it. And as for Liverpool, you get the feeling this could be really damaging to their European hopes. It doesn't look too great for them now unless West Ham or Leicester totally collapse. As for Leeds, this is a solid result. Moving on to the games on Friday in the Championship, and it finished Blackburn 2, Derby 1. Tom Lawrence gave Derby the lead in the 22nd minute before Sam Gallagher and Harvey Elliott with goals for Blackburn to seal the win for them. And yeah, this is a really solid win for them, up to 15th now, and it secures their Championship survival. As for Derby, they're kind of being cut adrift from the rest of them, and it kind of looks like them be Rotherham at the moment, and they can't buy a win. To be honest, I would love to face Derby at the moment via the Championship side. And then on the other game on Friday night, Reading 1, Cardiff 1 was the score. A penalty from Kiefer Moore gave Cardiff the lead in the 87th minute, and once again they failed to hold on to a last minute goal. Yaku Mate in the 93rd minute sealed the win. Lucas João went off and injured, and Reading's playoff hopes were already slim, but they're probably a lot slimmer now, even with his poor form. Yeah, this result really, really doesn't help Reading, if we're being honest. Brentford 0, Millwall 0 was the score at Brentford Community Stadium. Not a great game in it, to be honest. Brentford probably had the better chances, but yeah, you kind of felt this is a game that they had to win, and they didn't. And you feel it's not a long way back, because of course Watford collapsed and they didn't draw. But yeah, this is the sort of game they had to win, and put them in a great position. But you know, it's definitely not over yet with the form Watford are in. Speaking of the devil, Luton 1, Watford 0 was the score. A goal from James Collins in the 78th minute, and to be honest, they totally deserved it. Watford were reduced to 10 men in the 88th minute when Kiko was sent off. And yeah, Watford, they haven't been the same team since the break, and losing to Luton, their local rivals, this could really harm them. Still got a 6-point gap. 5 if Brentford win their game in hand, but it's far, far from over yet, especially when they've got Norwich away coming up next. And next up, it finished Middlesbrough 1, QPR 2 at the Riverside. An absolute thunderbuster from Rob Dickey in the 15th minute gave them the lead, and Lee Wallace in the 18th minute. The goalkeeper Dieng got sent off for QPR in the 58th minute. Yannick Bolasie also scored in the 28th minute, but QPR held on and sealed a great win. They're up to 10th now, Middlesbrough in 11th, both teams season over. But yeah, this is a really, really solid result for QPR, who are building momentum. Nottingham Forest 0, Huddersfield 2 was the score at the City ground. Goals from Rowe and Bukuna sealed the win. And yeah, this is a huge win for Huddersfield. Probably all but secures their safety. As for Forest, I think they're probably down, safe now, sorry. So yeah, even with a result, even if they didn't win, they were already safe. Huddersfield is 8 points clear. It's looking really, really solid for them. Sheffield Wednesday 1, Bristol City 1 was the score at Hillsborough. Goal from Julian Bourne in the 4th minute. Henry Lansbury got sent off in the 20th minute for Bristol City. It looked really hard at that point. It looks even harder for them in the 22nd minute when Barry Barron had a penalty which he missed. Couldn't believe that. And Barkinson in the 87th minute, and that result all but relegated Sheffield Wednesday. Awful hanging on against a team like that with only 10 men and failing. Stoke 0, Preston 0 was the score at the Bet365 Stadium. Harry Souttar got sent off in the 87th minute, and to be honest, that was about the only thing to report really. Two mid-table sides with nothing to fight for, and they put on an incredibly dull game. It's kind of just a waste of everyone's time. Yeah, I don't really know what to feel the rest of this segment was. Moving on, I suppose. Swansea 2, Wycombe 2 was the score at the Liberty Stadium. Wycombe took a 2-0 lead early in the second half from Musqueaky and McCleary. Before a late Swansea comeback, Jamal Loafer in the spot and Liam Cullen with the goals for Swansea. And yeah, they kind of needed all 3 points here. And they'll regret it with Watford having such a hard run in. As for Wycombe, they'll be gutted not to hold on, but still a solid result. But they're down. Norwich 1, Bournemouth 3 was the score at Carrow Road. Norwich, of course, having their promotion confirmed earlier, and they fully deserved it. But anyway, on to the game. First 17 minutes, they were looking lively. Buendia in the 5th minute, giving them the lead before they had a player sent off. I kind of thought it was a bit soft. Before Surridge, Danjuma and Kelly gave Bournemouth 3 goals, and that all but secured their playoff place. I don't think they'll get automatics, but you know, what a great result this was for them. Now moving on to the games on Sunday. It finished Rotherham 1, Birmingham 0. Rotherham 0, Birmingham 1. A goal from Harley Dean late on sealing the win, and yeah, what a huge result this was for Birmingham. All but secures their survival. Lee Bowyer's doing a great job, and he can really start to build something for next season. As for Rotherham, it's looking tough for them now, but you know, it's definitely not over with Derby being in such awful form, but I do think it will probably be close. Coventry 2, Barnsley 0 was the score at St Andrews. Dom Heim and Matt Gooden with the goals for Coventry, and what a great result this was. Like Huddersfield, Birmingham and all those other teams, this result probably secures their safety for another year in the Championship. And yeah, main talking point though has to be Barnsley. Really, really concerning for them, you'd have to say. And you just have to hope this isn't the start of a late season collapse. Chelsea 1, Manchester City 0 was the score in the FA Cup on Saturday. And yeah, to be honest, Chelsea fully deserved this win. They were outstanding, especially in the first half. Hakim Ziyech with a goal in the 55th minute to make matters worse for City. De Bruyne went off injured. So yeah, really not a great day for City. But to be honest, Pep, if you make 7 changes in the FA Cup semi-final and you get beat, you can't really complain a lot, because for me, if that was my club, I'd probably say that was unforgivable. But anyway, in the other FA Cup semi-final, it was Leicester 1, Southampton 0. A goal from Kelechi Iheanacho in the 55th minute. And to be honest, I can't believe this game was only 1-0, to be honest. Really, really entertaining. But yeah, a great result for them. And that will give them huge confidence now. What a season they're having, and hopefully could spur them on for a top 4. As for Leicester, Southampton, they'll be disappointed. But to be honest, they probably expected this result. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news. And subscribe to my channel on Instagram right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.